Hello, everybody. This is Leticia coming to you today from beautiful Playa del Carmen, Mexico, with another edition of my weekly Money Matters webinars. And I have the pleasure of being joined today by the lovely Andrea, who is a representative with SIMCA Developments. Those of you who my pleasure. No, I'm very happy to have you join us live today, Andrea. Those of you who live in Playa already know that SIMCA is the biggest developer in Playa. But for the purpose of our audience, I want to say SIMCA is the biggest developer in the biggest condo developer in Playa del Carmen and also in Southeast Mexico. They are celebrating how many years in business now, Andrea?
Well, over 15, so around 27 actually, almost a decade.
Wow, almost 2 decades in the real estate development business. They have completed 35 projects to date, and currently they have 12 projects that they are building in Playa del Carmen, 4 projects in Tulum, and how many projects in Merida?
Around 6.
Around 6 projects in Merida for those of you who might be interested in the Merida market. But for the purpose of today's call, we will be focusing on their projects in Playa del Carmen. And again, Andrea will give us an introduction to SIMCA as a developer, and then we're going to go a little bit more in depth around some of their projects that are available currently. For those of you who are looking to either buy an investment property here in the Riviera Maya or perhaps your new home, because I know there are an increasing number of Canadians, Americans, people from all over the world who are choosing to relocate to this beautiful part of the world where life is still as normal and amazing as can be. So thanks again, Andrea, for joining us today. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you for having me. So, company,
your audio is a little bit, I don't know, maybe speak a little closer to the mic.
Yeah, sure. Can you all hear me well? So for those who don't know SIMCA, like Leticia mentioned, has been around for almost 2 decades in the area. And everything that we build, we are the owners of the land, we are the owners of the construction group, we market our own product, and we've been doing this for quite a while already. And we have properties in Merida, Playa del Carmen, Cancun, Tulum, and probably some other cities in the future. So thank you for having me.
My pleasure. And for those of you who don't know, I have already started helping people with purchases here in Playa del Carmen. I'm very grateful. I've already been able to help a couple of people. And my intention is to continue. And obviously, I have a partnership with a company like SIMCA, and I think it's important to be able to offer their projects to you, my amazing guests, audience, for those of you who are looking to potentially invest in this area, or again, perhaps are looking for your new home in the area. So I work together with Andrea. She's the in-house representative, and obviously we work together to help you. So with that said, Andrea, do you want to start by showing us that lovely video you showed us about SIMCA?
That's correct. SIMCA is more than just a real estate company, that's just a developer. And this video will very briefly explain. Let me show you.
Look what Martin is saying. He's in love with your project, Marilla. Well, I can see why, and that's one of the projects we're gonna talk about. Wonderful.
Awesome.
Okay.
It's all about perspective.
Oh, one second. Okay, there you go.
Where some see only land, we see opportunities. Opportunities to create intelligently planned spaces, designed with passion and developed with even the smallest details in mind. Spaces that connect with nature, with art, with our own roots. For almost 2 decades, we've developed real estate projects in the most influential cities in Southeast Mexico. Projects that inspire and continuously go a step further. Today, we're reinventing ourselves, diversifying, always aiming to innovate while advancing our industry. Our staff and our clients. SIMCA Residential. Our core division and quality brand create housing art in the form of real estate projects, ranging from gated communities to penthouses with an ocean view. SIMCA Industrial, where we redefine the SMEs and pioneer the integration of logistics and industrial parts with a perfect balance between work, lifestyle, and investment. SIMCA Retail, a division focused on creating and marketing commercial areas and shopping centers in strategic locations. SIMCA Experiences combines more than 25 years of experience in hospitality, concierge services, vacation rentals, and property management to generate great investment returns for our clients' benefit. SIMCA B2B, creating opportunities through business-to-business macro projects. SIMCA Life is our way of building a community, offering our clients, collaborators, and friends access to exclusive content, training, and workshops taught by professionals and their expertise on topics of well-being and lifestyle. Finally, as part of our vision and commitment, we support various social causes we believe in through our SIMCA Foundation. This is how we, as a business and as a family, address oncoming challenges while fulfilling our original promise to generate value. We are SIMCA, more than just real estate.
Beautiful. Thank you, Andrea. Thanks for sharing that. I actually didn't even know you guys were literally more than just a condo developer. Like you do have industrial, commercial projects, retail projects as well. I have to say I'm very impressed. This is awesome. Now, for the purpose of our call, we will be focusing more so on your condo projects because I think that will appeal to a greater audience. And so I want to say, you guys, as I, all of you know by now that I currently live in beautiful Playa del Carmen, and my intention is to stay here long term. And every day I walk by some of these beautiful iconic buildings that SIMCA has already built in Playa. Buildings like Lunada, Miranda, they're absolutely beautiful luxury buildings, very quality finishings. Andrea can tell us more about, your style of building and so on. And again, for the purpose of today's call, we will be focusing on some of the projects they currently have available for sale. Some are very close to completion. Some of them are, the delivery date is 2 years from now. So there's definitely something for everyone. They have projects, and Andrea will explain this. They have projects that are more of, would appeal more to investors, people who are strictly looking for an additional source of income. And Playa del Carmen, I can tell you guys, I've been helping people here with rentals as well, and it's a hot market. We are seeing, an unprecedented, that's a word that we've heard a lot this past year, unprecedented number of people coming to Playa. And whereas in the past we would see a lot of short-term travelers, now we're seeing people coming here, moving here with their whole families, or coming here to live long-term. So one way or another, we have, whether you're a foreigner looking to simply buy an investment property, we're going to be talking about some of those projects. And then we're also going to talk about projects that would be suitable for you to have either as a principal residence or perhaps as a secondary home. More for the traditional snowbird market. These are people who like to spend, maybe 6 months of the year down south and then go back to Canada or the US the other 6 months of the year. SIMCA offers all these opportunities.
That's correct. We actually focus into the first brand is for people that want to generate strong return on investments through the rental of the property. And the second area we focus on is on people that want to retire in the area. So I have a brief presentation about these opportunities that we have. And actually, Leticia, before we started this presentation, I got a phone call with my boss, and he authorized me to offer all of the attendees of this presentation a very special perk. So stay tuned for the end because, of course, the good things happen at the end.
Oh, wow, wow! I'm really
This is
glad to hear
my
that.
VIP go-to Canadian burger, all right?
Wonderful. I didn't hear fully what you had, but I think what I got is that there's going to be a special offer at the end for anybody who watches this presentation. And well, that's music to my ears. I wasn't expecting that, Andrea. Sincerely, guys, she didn't tell me this before the call, so that's really cool. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you to your boss as well. And let's get on with it.
All right, let me share this.
Thank you. You know, I'm gonna turn my light on because it's I think it's a bit of a cloudy day today in Playa. You know, just
all right.
A little better, although that light is not very flattering. But okay, let me bring your presentation on the screen.
We have already covered this area briefly, but why is SIMCA such an important company here in the southeast of Mexico? Well, we have almost 2 decades of experience, and we have delivered over 30 different projects in the most important cities of the Yucatan Peninsula. And it's not easy to say that we have more than 1,800 happy clients. I encourage everybody to Google us, and you'll see that clients are happy. And most importantly, for those who want to invest in the area, we have seen that there is around a 28% appreciation from the moment of the construction starts all the way upon delivery. So we have already also seen interesting up to 10% return on investment average. These are some numbers of projects that we have finished in those 15 years. And if anybody is familiar with Playa del Carmen, these pictures are going to really help you understand what have we done in the past. So Margaritas, it's a very well-known condo buildings here in Playa del Carmen. And we started like 10 or 12 years ago with more like a Caribbean style. But
yeah, we would call it, it's more known as garden style, you know. So I know that building, and it's an older style building because that's what was being built at the time. And now you've moved on. So let's show people some of your most recent projects.
Yes, changes. We also, of course, have to adapt and offer a different style of construction. So Terrazas here, this is located on 38th Street. And it has won our architectural design prize because these terraces are around 600 square feet, just the terrace. Yeah. Well, you know Lunada very well, as well located on the 38th Street. In Prana, this was our first baby in Tulum. Wow. It's more like a residential fraction of the company, but Deva and Aquaterra are located in downtown. Deva was the first modern building in Playa del Carmen. We built it like 12 or 13 years ago. Wow. And we have projects mostly focused in the closer to the beach and closer to the Fifth Avenue. For those who don't know where the Fifth Avenue is in Playa del Carmen, this is like the most important street because it's a pedestrian street where all the action happens, where you have cafes and restaurants and souvenir stores. So we focus in being in the best locations of the city. Sabor a miel, which translates into taste of honey, again, won an architectural design prize by Architectural Digest Mexico. It's a boutique development with only 17 apartments. And guess what? We still have 2 apartments available in that place. Dogan, one, yes, and those are actually part of our hot deals. I'll tell you in a little bit about it, Leticia.
Amazing.
Miranda, it's becoming like a landmark, if you will, in Playa del Carmen. For those who don't really locate where the building is, this is the 38th Street, and this would be the Flamingos Avenue. It's like a semicircle designed building, and right next to Miranda, we're building Merida, which is like the sister of Miranda. It's under construction. So if you like the Miranda project, we have Merida upcoming, and it's just as beautiful, if not even better. Cruz con Mar is right behind me.
May I interrupt for sorry, Andrea, I just want to interrupt for a second. And for people who are not familiar with Playa del Carmen as of yet, first of all, I hope you're impressed with these gorgeous buildings, because if you know, I think people who maybe live in the US or Canada may not even know that this is available, like that this standard of building is available for purchase. And so now you see why so many people love this area. I mean, you get luxury style buildings, luxury style condos for literally a fraction of the cost. We're going to get into that a little bit, versus what people are used to paying in cities like Toronto, in many American cities. And you're living, walking, like literally a 2-minute walk from the beach. Calle 38, that Miranda, that Andrea mentioned, where the Miranda condo is located off of, is absolutely, in my opinion, really the most beautiful street in Playa del Carmen. It's filled with trees. It's filled with some of the top restaurants in Playa del Carmen. Absolutely beautiful. And at the end of the street, you've got beach. It doesn't get better than this, you guys.
That's correct.
So I'll let you now speak about the Cruz del Mar project and some of the other ones.
Well, we actually have left at Cruz del Mar, and it's also part of our hot deals, as well, and together with Querido Tulum. For those who are interested in Querido Tulum, we also have options ready for delivery.
Cruz del Mar, another gorgeous building, you guys. It's literally a block away from the beach. It's right on the beach, upscale, gorgeous building. I've walked by and I'm like, wow, gorgeous. Yeah.
True. So we have this SIMCA opportunities with our specific projects, but to be completely honest with everybody here today, these are projects that the developers want to sell. We are focusing in purchasing more land, and this is how we are. We're very transparent. This is the deal. We're focusing on getting and purchasing more land and keep developing. So there are a few units in our inventory that we're interested on selling. So we created these opportunities, and these have 10% discount. And these are Cruz con Mar, Miranda, Coronel, Deva, Lunada, Singular Joy, and Querido Tulum. These are some pictures. So this is Miranda. Yes.
You're going to fall in love. That's what I want to tell you. You are going to fall in love with these buildings, with Playa del Carmen.
It can't get better than that. It's less than a block away from the beach.
They're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous.
It's a product marketed for those who want to generate a strong return on investment, because these properties work with a condo hotel theme, and we deliver only the singular properties fully furnished. But we also have, like I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, properties that are marketed for people that want to retire, that have larger spaces or more square footage, like Cruz con Mar or like Miranda. So if you're looking for a strong return on investment, we got you covered. So our recommendations are Ipana and Singular Dream, and I'm going to show you real quick some pictures of Ipana, also located in a great location within Playa del Carmen, which is the 38th Street with the 10th Avenue.
Yeah, so guys, it's literally located, I mentioned already to you, 38th Street, which is where all the most beautiful restaurants are. So Ipana building is located on 38th Street, just a little bit inland. So you're a very short walking distance from Quinta Avenida, from the best restaurants in Playa, from the most beautiful area of Quinta Avenida. It's, the building, I've seen the building myself. The rooftop is spectacular. And Senorita is going to show us a few pictures of the building.
There's absolutely no rooftop in Playa del Carmen that can compete with this one. We're looking right now at a boats-only pool that has a working bar there. And in total, there are 4 pools in the rooftop, hence there are 4 towers, building A, B, C, and D. And these towers, while they're separate in the ground floor, they all connect in the rooftop. So for those, let me show you this picture. So for those that are looking into either retiring in a very fun area, in a place where you're not going to get bored, this is also a great rental investment, because the more amenities you can offer, well, the more you can cater to your different kind of clients and to different homes. So one pool's here, this is second pool, the third pool, which is larger, and the fourth pool isn't even in the picture.
If you look at some of the videos I posted on my YouTube channel, you guys, just recently, I actually took a little video of the Ipana rooftop. Now, keep in mind, the building is still under construction, so it's not fully finished, but you get an idea of the rooftop. Yeah, and by the way, these guys, they like building nice gyms. So the next door building, which is the Lunada building, has one of the best gyms I've seen in Playa. Like it's a decent sized gym. It's not just two cardio.
Right. The Ipana is definitely an interesting option for those who want to generate a strong return on investment. The second option that we have is Singular Dream.
Okay, before you, pardon me, Andrea, before we move on to the next building, can you give people an idea of what some of the pricing is for a building like Ipana? Whether, if they were to buy a 1-bedroom unit or a 2-bedroom unit, what kind of prices are they looking at?
Well, starting price is $204,000.
USD, guys, okay? That's USD. And is that for the 1-bedroom then?
That's for the 1-bedroom. And for the 2-bedroom is $303,000.
Okay. And I want you to tell people, do you still have any of the lock-off units available? Because I want to tell people about this option. I think it's amazing.
Oh, definitely. Actually, most of our properties come with a lock-off.
Is that a standard? Is that a standard feature of the 2-bedroom units, or is it an option that people can implement?
It really does vary in the layout. If I had to put a number on, probably 80% of the properties that we have, we deliver with a lock-off feature. Layouts, we have many. This is just an example of the $303,000 property on the 4th floor at Ipana. So basically, what you do is you put 2 doors to the property. Let me try to zoom it in. Can't do it. Anywho, so this is 1 door, this is the 2nd door, and this is the 3rd door. So you would give Tom Smith the key to this door and the key to this door, and you would rent this as a hotel room.
Or as a little studio, that's right. So essentially what this unit is, you guys, it's a 2-bedroom unit. You could use it yourself for your family, or you have the option of living in one part of the unit and renting out the other one. It's, many of you who live in places like Canada are used to the idea of a secondary suite in a home. In Canada, we have a family living, perhaps on the top part of the property, 1st floor, 2nd floor, and then we have a basement unit that you can rent out to generate income. This is a similar concept, except it's a condo that's designed with this feature in mind. And this appeals very much to the digital nomads out there, people who are maybe not retired. They hopefully have a source of income. They're able to work online, and at the same time, they have the option of generating income by renting out the other portion of the unit, which is completely self-contained. Now, if I may ask, Andrea, for this type of unit, the studio portion of the unit, does it come with its own little kitchenette?
No, like I said,
was that so? It's more like a hotel room, but would they have the option of installing a kitchenette if they wanted to?
If it has, but most units do not have the space. I always recommend my clients to make it cozier or better for the rental. Put there a coffee machine, a little fridge, maybe a microwave, and like a suite.
Okay. If you have one of these, yeah, you know what, Andrea, thank you. If you have one of these units already built, I would love to come and take a little video that I can later share with my audience. I think people would appreciate seeing that.
Certainly.
And that's the same unit that is 303, you said?
This is 303.
303, okay, yeah. Okay, and you're going to show us another layout. You know what? I don't think that's really necessary unless it's very difficult. For sure, for sure. And you know what? It's that will be the choice of the clients. Tell us. So now you're going to tell us about this other project called Singular Joy.
Singular Dream.
Oh, Singular Dream. Sorry.
Actually, let me tell you about this, Leticia. Singular started with Singular Joy. It's a property that we delivered about a year ago, and because of the success that Singular Joy had, I mean, we only have 1 or 2 units left in the entire building. We created Singular Dream, which in my opinion has one of the best locations in the area. And its delivery date is set for in about 10 months. So we deliver the property fully furnished and like turnkey service as we know it. And
yeah, and I just want to say, sorry for interrupting. I'm terrible, but I want to say for in terms of the other buildings, such as the one that we just talked about, Ipana, those units do not come furnished. However, I want to tell my audience that I happen to know one of the top interior designers here in Playa. She can hook you up, okay? So, so not to worry if you're looking to, have a gorgeous unit. We've got you covered, okay? So tell us about the Singular Dream building.
This is Singular Dream. It's a project that is fully furnished, turnkey service. And remember the semicircle picture I showed you, Miranda on the 38th Street? Well, this is. And remember the property I mentioned that it's right behind Mamitas, which is the most important beach here in Playa del Carmen? It's this one. And recently we were looking at Ipana, which is located here. And Taste of Honey is the project that we're an architectural design prize is here. So as you can see, it's a large company with vast areas of land. In Singular Dream, it's located right here, which is the 42nd Street. I'm sorry, 44th Street and 42nd with Flamingos Avenue, literally a block from the beach.
Now, let me tell people, you guys know, I live in the Sasilhat neighborhood in Playa, which is absolutely my favorite part of Playa. This is where this building is located. And the reason I love it so much is because, as Andrea mentioned, you're a block away from the beach, and it's a part of Playa del Carmen that is close to everything, close to Quinta Avenida, but it's a quiet end of Quinta Avenida. You don't have nightclubs next door. This is the tranquilo end of Quinta Avenida. It's very walkable. A block away, you've got fruterias, fruit markets where you can do your shopping. You literally have everything super close by. And I walk by this building, I don't want to say almost every day because I don't go to the beach every day, but it's essentially, it is in the best part of Playa, in my sincere opinion.
Very close.
Okay, go ahead, Bonita. Sorry for interrupting.
No. So these renders are actually what you can expect when we deliver the property. We will deliver it with absolutely everything, even the Nespresso machine, the rug, and the TVs, everything ready for you to start renting it. The building itself is going to have a rooftop bar like Ipana. It's going to have a laundry center, a lobby, and in the rooftop. So in this particular project, we don't have penthouses because we didn't want to take like advantage of the extra space of the rooftop. Instead, we decided to put 3 pools so everybody can enjoy pretty much 360 views to both the city and the ocean.
Wow, gorgeous.
The starting price of this 1-bedroom properties ranges around $230,000.
Okay. So, and I want to say, you guys, you know what, that is not the lowest price in Playa, but what I can tell you is these are luxury properties. As you can see, you're not going to have any hard time renting out these units because they look gorgeous. And if you even wanted to live in one, I'm sure you'd feel pretty comfortable. You saw what the units look like. So SIMCA's specialty is quality design, quality over, quantity. I mean, they definitely have a lot of units available, but they do not lower their standard in terms of the finishes, the quality of the materials. they are known to provide a quality product. You can find cheaper units out there, some smaller developers that are offering like a lower end product, but you get what you pay for. Let's just put it that way, okay? Keep going for
If you're looking to renovate the area, we have two amazing options. One of them is Merida, which we received a very complimentary comment by guest in this presentation, and Serenada. Both Ipana, for you guys to know, both Ipana and Serenada are located in the same community, if you want to call it, which is called Siempre Playa. Then again, located on the 10th Avenue corner with 38th Street. And Miranda is located a block from the beach next to Miranda. Let me show you renders so everything will make more sense.
And you're Andrea, just to be clear, these are units that you guys are more marketing as a living unit because you're saying larger square footage, very comfortable units to live long term as a principal residence or potentially secondary home, correct?
That is correct. It is important to point out that, for instance, Miranda, since it's considerably closer to the beach than Ipana, prices go up, especially because ocean view units are very scarce in Playa del Carmen, and a lot of our properties here have come with ocean views.
Yeah.
So it's not only the square foot, it's also the proximity to the beach. So Merida has two main towers, building A and building B, with a huge pool with amazing ocean views. In the ground floor, we have 2-bedroom units with private plunge pools. So this project is marketed for a person that wants to retire the way they deserve, and for that people that want to be closer to the beach and restaurants, yet not in such a busy area.
Absolutely. So it's in the same area that we just spoke about with the singular building. This is, that quiet, beautiful end of Playa del Carmen, my favorite part of Playa del Carmen, and a lot of people's favorite for the reasons Andrea mentioned. You're close enough to everything. You're close to the most beautiful part of Quinta Avenida, but at the same time, tranquilo, no nightclubs next door, none of that. You've got just beautiful little restaurants and the beach at your doorstep.
That's correct. We actually have a promotion on Miranda, which is going to be available until the end of this month. But like I said, I spoke with my boss, and we might be able, if someone is interested, we might be able to push it a couple extra days. This has 10% off the price list. And the starting price for a 1-bedroom apartment ranges around $300,000. Although my opinion is go for the 2-bedroom property because of the square footage and the location. So let's go back a bit and talk about Serenada.
Okay. Do you have more renders of the units in, well, you showed us a few in was that Marilla?
So Serenada.
Oh, okay. But the Marilla, did you have a few more renders of the units, for example, the 2-bedroom units in Marilla? And when is the delivery date for Marilla? When is the delivery date? You said when is Marilla being delivered?
The delivery date of Marilla is set for the end of 2022.
End of 2022. Okay, so this is still in pre-construction. You have some time to get your funds together, guys, and we're going to talk about how payments work in terms of should you decide to buy a pre-construction property. And by the way, when it comes to pre-construction projects, you know what, I can see how people may have some concern, but that's only if you're dealing with an unexperienced developer. SIMCA has a very long track record. They are definitely recognized as, they are the biggest developer here in the Riviera Maya and in Southeast Mexico, and especially here in Playa del Carmen. So you're dealing with a very serious company. These are guys that complete on their promises. Let's just say that.
That
Yeah, and we're going to be talking about how financing, like how payment plans work and stuff like that. Sorry, go ahead. Are we?
So yes, this is both Ivana and Miranda are in the same area, and project is catered for like a rental, like I mentioned, and Serenata is catered for a market that wants to retire. You know, I want to be close to all important places in Playa del Carmen, but I don't want to live in such a high density project like Ipana is. And Serenata is a project for that market. 38th Street, 10th Avenue, and its delivery date is set for about 8 months from now.
Okay, good to know.
So yes, it's not that late of a delivery. Ideally, we'd like to finish for the end of this year, but you know, crazy world with the pandemic, huh?
Yeah. I have to say though, construction has definitely been considered an essential service here in Playa, and we've not. I mean, I don't see it stopping. It's an essential industry in the area, and all these projects are actively going on as we speak. They're being built, you know, full speed ahead. I'm not seeing that slowing down. This is gorgeous, Andrea. So these are some of the renders of the units in the Serenata building.
That's correct.
I'm liking this rooftop, my dear. Gorgeous. So my lovely friends in Canada, the United States, wherever you're watching this from, or even those of you who are here in Playa temporarily and maybe considering moving here, all of this is available for you, okay?
Yes, so remember that at the beginning of the video, that there was an exclusive benefit just for attendees of this presentation. Do you remember?
Yes, you did mention that, Andrea. I'm very curious what you were thinking of.
Well, my boss authorized that for the first 3 reservations that come out of this presentation, we are able to offer up to an 11% discount depending on the unit at Ceiba at 25. And this is our newest project. We just launched it like almost 2 weeks ago, and the sales at this project has been crazy because the location is amazing and the price point is right at the very beginning. So remember when I was telling you that we have seen appreciation from the earliest stage of construction all the way to delivery, hitting almost 30% of appreciation? Well, if you're looking for a deal, if you're looking for something that is not going to decapitalize you, and that it's going to appreciate, and that it's going to rent, and that it's going to be in a very bohemian neighborhood of Playa del Carmen, Ceiba at 25 is the right option for you. So this is a story high building with a 360 grades pool, and in the interior of the building we preserved a beautiful ceiba. For those who don't know, a ceiba is a Mayan sacred tree in the area, and pretty much all the development was thought around this beautiful tree. The architects, I don't want to say they had nightmares, but it was a very good challenge for them to try to adequate the entire building into this beautiful tree, beautiful ancient tree. And we can offer for the first 3 reservations up to an 11% discount, depending, like I said, on the property.
Yeah,
Let me show you
Andrea,
so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Andrea, 1 second before we get into the details of the property, I want to speak a little about the neighborhood in which this property is located. I have to tell you guys, again, it's in the heart of Playa del Carmen. I believe it's in Colonia Hollywood. Is that correct, Andrea?
That's correct.
Okay, so guys, this is, again, one of the most beautiful parts of Playa del Carmen. It's located a few blocks away from Quinta Avenida, so you're not necessarily, like, this is a super tranquil area. My son goes to school on that street, literally across the street from where this building is about to start construction. It's like you said, very bohemian. You've got a lot of old growth trees in this area. 2 blocks away, you have another very picturesque street filled with, there's an organic food market. There are 3 in 1. There's a mercado that has 3 restaurants. Some of the very popular restaurants in Playa, but they're very boutique style restaurants. There's a vegan place in there. There's a burger joint right next door. Interesting enough, there's something for everybody. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, I think the best part of the area are the old growth trees. In addition to that, you are 1 block away from the this sports complex, which is available for free for anybody who lives here. It's called Deportivo Mario Villanueva. It's a pretty large sports complex where you have access to running tracks, basketball courts, tennis courts. All of this is available for free for people to use. They also offer Zumba classes there, bachata, salsa lessons. Those may cost you like a few pesos. It's really not much. And again, my son's daycare is literally on the street where this building is being built. So for those of you who have kids, you're going to have a place, especially like young children. This will be a great place. That's kind of my introduction to the area. Okay, Andrea, por favor, keep going.
Oh, thank you so much for explaining so well the location and the area. I couldn't have done this better. So basically, this is a 25th Avenue, and it's located between the 30th and the 32nd Street. These are renders of the facade, so it's a very modern building, still in a bohemian area. This is the interior courtyard, and in my opinion, the best part, which is the rooftop.
Wow, that is amazing. Wow.
It's also going to have a bar and an underground laundry center. So yes.
Do you have any renders of the units, or tell us a little bit about the units that will be available in this building and kind of what the price point is? And by the way, you guys, in case you may not know this, similarly to how we work in Canada or other parts of the world, when you buy a project in pre-construction, especially the early pre-construction stages, you get a discount off the price. The closer a project is to delivery, that's where you're paying close to full market price. And it's exactly what Andrea was talking about, that we're seeing from the time the project gets built to delivery, there's been a 30% appreciation in the price, in the market price of the unit. So if you're looking to buy a brand new unit that's ready to be delivered, you're paying, full market price. You're buying something that is being delivered 2 years from now, that's where you can take advantage of some of those discounts. So it's up to you and what you're looking for. If you're looking to take over a unit like right away, of course, you're going to be looking for projects that are ready to deliver. Alternatively, if you're willing to wait a little bit, you will get, special pricing, and also the opportunity here, as Andrea mentioned, is that perhaps you don't have all the capital upfront to buy a unit right away. This gives you enough time to get that capital together, at least potentially. Okay, Andrea, so tell us a little bit about the pricing, and if you have, I don't know if you have any renders of what the units would look like.
Yes, I'm displaying renders of the units, but because it's such a new project, I have very few renders. Look at that.
No worries, I understand. Okay, fair enough. Now, is this, okay, now, are these units gonna come furnished, Andrea, or no?
No furniture. Let me stop sharing because I want to talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So these units do not come furnished, although we do deliver the property fully equipped. What does this mean? It means that we deliver with air conditioning, ceiling fans, all the carpentry work, closets, and the kitchen fully equipped, meaning that you'll get the fridge, the microwave, the cooktop, the oven, and the extractor machine. Pretty much the only thing you need to worry about would be the bed, the TVs, dining, and a living room. And that's it.
Mm-hmm. Got it. And
the starting price of these one-bedroom properties is $160,000, but with the discounts, it can go less than that. It will really depend on what kind of property you're interested in. But if I have a recommendation, actually I do have a recommendation, is go for the 2-bedroom with the lock-off. I mean, you get the best of the two worlds, and this applies not only to La Ceiba, but applies to all the properties that we have. You get the best of the two worlds. You have 2 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, a kitchen, 1 bedroom, you lock it off, you rent it as a hotel room, with maybe you set up there a nice suite, and the rest of the unit, you can rent it to another person. You can just have it shut or closed when you come here, or you can rent the entire property for up to 6 people. Remember, you get 2 people in the master, 2 people in the second room, and 2 people in the living room, in case you want to rent it for a larger group.
The 2-bedroom units, in my experience, they're popular right now because, again, we see couples, we see families moving here. So in terms of rental stock, again, whereas in the past you had a lot of short-term travelers, right now some people are moving here with their whole families. Some of them maybe are not ready to buy right away, but they do want to rent for 6 months, a year, come here with their whole family, or again as a couple, and they appreciate that extra bedroom, especially if they're working from home and they need a little private. In many cases, both people, if it's a couple, both of them are working from home. They need a little bit of space. They may set up one unit as an office, like one of the bedrooms as an office, and maybe use the living room as an office. So that extra space absolutely can appeal to a large audience of people right now.
I want to tell you a little bit how to support this opportunity in La Ceiba and the opportunities that we have with the 10% off. So for all of our businesses or deals, the first step is always to block the property with $5,000 reservation fee, which is 100% refundable in the first 2 weeks. So what happens when you give the reservation? I get that question a lot. Well, we take the unit from our inventory, so none of my colleagues promote it. We have 15 people working, so since we're selling so fast, this is a strategy we had to put in place, because it wouldn't be the first time, Leticia, that someone falls in love with a property and they think about it for a week and then it's gone. And maybe everybody's thinking that I'm giving you the sales pitch, but I'm not. I mean, this is true. So always block the unit if you're 85% sure that this is going to be your investment. So in those 2 weeks that we block the unit for you, you have time to do your due diligence process. You can talk to your lawyer, you can check the contract, we can make the offer to the developers. And let's say, Leticia, that on day number 10, you tell me, Andrea, this is not the investment for me. That's okay. We shake hands, we're still friends, and we give you your money back. But maybe you tell me, Andrea, let's move forward. What will happen next? Well, we go and pay the DM payment. Now, for all of our properties, we ask for a 30% down and 70% upon delivery. So if you choose a property like La Ceiba that is going to be delivered until 2023, you only have to block it for 30% down and the other 70%, like I said, upon delivery. Maybe you have a property that you need to sell back in Canada and maybe you're not too sure if you want to make the move. Well, we have that option. And for an exclusive limited time, and then again, this is just for the people that is tuning into this presentation, we can block the unit and start the contract process with only 10% down, and the other 20% divided in 5 months. So I'm breaking that 30% down just for La Ceiba, just for your attendees, and just for the first 3 units reserved.
Amazing. And they're still offering the 11% off in addition to that for the first 3 people.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, you guys, those of you who are contemplating this sort of investment and you would appreciate having that extra time to make payments, and kind of get started that way, I absolutely think this is a great offer. Thank you, Andrea. I've never heard of anybody doing only 10% down and then giving you up to 5 months to do. And by the way, you guys, what Andrea is speaking about, this is pretty standard with all the developers here. most of them, to reserve the unit, you need to put that 5,000 pesos, dollars, 5,000 USD deposit, and then you have up to 2 weeks to decide whether you want to move forward. And then once you decide to move forward, you have to complete up to 30%. So what Andrea is saying is, instead of asking for 30%, we're gonna just let you in with 10% and then give you another 5 months for the first. And again, this is an offer for the first 3 people that reach out to me and want to work with Andrea and I and secure a unit in La Ceiba. Okay. And for the other projects, remember, Andrea has also offered 10% off on some of their already completed buildings where there are still a handful of units, literally a handful of units still available in some of their beautiful buildings already completed. What I'm planning to do in the next couple of weeks or so, with Andrea's permission, and we're working with Andrea, we're going to go take some videos of the units that are available, and I'm going to be posting those to my YouTube channel for all of you to see, to actually see for yourself what you'd be getting. We'll talk about the price point, and again, that 10% is currently available on those handful of units, okay? Anything else, Andrea? Did I miss anything?
I'm done.
Yeah, and I also appreciate the fact that, for your Oh, absolutely, Andrea. My pleasure. Thank you for joining us. I just want to say again, for one thing I do appreciate also about you guys, some developers will require clients to make, when it comes to pre-construction projects, they will require clients to make payments throughout the construction process. So the fact that SIMCA says, no, we only need your 30% down and then pay us the rest upon delivery, that's very trusting of them, because like, well, what if the client all of a sudden, I don't know, decides, so what I'm saying is that's very trusting of them to let you pay, 70% of the purchase price 2 years from now. That gives you time to potentially have that money invested somewhere, generating a return for you. You don't have to tie up your capital right away. So that's pretty fabulous. So delivery date for La Ceiba is August of 2023, 2 years from now, a little more than 2 years from now. So you have some time to, this is again an investment that allows you to get your financing together, whether, like Andrea said, maybe sell a property back home and take advantage of these options. And how much is the 2-bedroom unit in La Ceiba, por favor?
It starts about
260?
60.
Sorry, my love, I can't hear. 250 or 260?
260.
Okay. So that's a very decent price for a 2-bedroom unit, and again with a lock-off option, that's really good. And again, the area is absolutely beautiful. There's a vegan bake shop on on Calle 34, so it's like the best vegan bakery in Playa for those of you who have a sweet tooth and want to be health conscious at the same time. That's another feature of the area that I forgot to mention. Anyway, Andrea, thanks again so much for joining us today and telling us a little bit about the Playa del Carmen SIMCA projects. What I'm thinking in the future, because you guys have projects in the Tulum area as well, and some of my audience may be interested in the Tulum area as well. Perhaps we could do another call in the future speaking about those projects. Maybe it's a shorter call.
I love that.
Okay, and even in Playa, you have a few more projects, right? You've got like 12 projects in Playa, so we only had half of them, exactly. So I'm definitely open and excited to have you back for a follow-up call, not too long in the future, like, en unas semanas, in a few weeks. And to share more about some of the other amazing projects that you guys have.
Absolutely.
Okay, so once again, thank you to you, and thanks everyone for tuning in. I will be sharing this video with some of the real estate investing groups across Canada, because I think, people don't know what's out there. I mean, I'm sure you know the Canadian marketplace. For those of you who are looking to perhaps expand your portfolio beyond the borders of Canada, these options are available, okay? And so just gonna kind of open your mind to the possibilities, okay? Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in, and look forward to seeing you next week for another edition of Money Matters. And again, feel free to get in touch via social media or at my email address, HiLetitia, LETITIA, @protonmail.com, okay? Much love to all of you. Thank you again, Andrea. Blessings, everybody. My pleasure. Bye-bye. And look at